I'm putting this together as a more detailed explanation of some of the strategies that you can use for performance anxiety, tournament anxiety, or just anxiety and uncomfortable feelings in general. I'm going to go over a couple of these different techniques in more detail and also just offer a couple different names of techniques that you can go look up, but this is by no means an exhaustive list because there are a ton of exercises that you can use to help mitigate and manage your anxiety. To begin, I think it's important to note that the more you practice, the more effective they become. So if you can practice these, especially on a daily basis, you'll become so comfortable with these strategies that they'll have twice the impact that they might when you first start out. That being said, even utilizing these exercises for just brief moments of time can help to decrease anxiety and anxiety symptoms. One of the simplest strategies that I teach and utilize to help decrease anxiety is to give an accurate appraisal of your safety. Take an assessment of your scenario and what you're anxious about, and ask yourself, is there a serious threat to my immediate survival? Chances are, especially something like playing a game, like joining into a new match of competitive Valorant, for instance, or having a tournament start up, or doing a League of Legends clash, all of these things, we can get excited. We start to get animated. Our anxiety starts to increase. But if we take a moment to just appraise, is this a threat to my immediate safety and survival? The answer is no. And just by reaffirming that for ourselves, we can help relax our stress response and say, I'm choosing to do this. This is not because I'm threatened, but it's because I want to be here. And that can help adjust the systems in our body that are releasing different chemicals and hormones that are impacting our anxiety. In addition to appraising our safety, some of my favorite strategies include breathing exercises. Particularly, I'm a big fan of mindful breathing, which is just turning your awareness to your breath and holding your attention and all of your focus on your breath as it comes in and as it goes back out. Acknowledging any thoughts that come up, but then returning to your breath and following each breath through its cycles. Doing these practices helps us calm down and brings our attention into the present moment and being present with ourselves, which then slows everything down and we're no longer worried about past or future events. Other breathing exercises can include things like box breathing, or also sometimes known as 4-4-4 breathing. What this exercise is as you breathe in for 4 seconds, you hold for 4 seconds, and then you breathe out for 4 seconds. And you just repeat the cycle over and over until you start to feel more comfortable. A very powerful breathing exercise is known as 4-7-8 breathing. You breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, and then you pause. And you have that pause for 7 seconds before then breathing out of your mouth for 8 seconds. And letting that sigh and letting that breath come out through your mouth. In the beginning, when you're not practice with this exercise, doing it for maybe 4 cycles, because when you first start out you might become a little lightheaded if you're not used to this irregular breathing. Doing this cycle of breathing, in breath for 4 but then pausing for 7 seconds and exhaling for 8 seconds, is something that we would not do if we were in a stressful circumstance where we're fighting or running away from threats, because to have that nice slow exhale and that pause in our breath is something we would only be able to do if we're in a calm scenario. And because we're choosing to breathe like that, our mind and our body then decide, hey, we must be all right. And it deactivates part of our sympathetic nervous system and activates more of our parasympathetic nervous system, which helps us relax and calm down. And we're not as high alert, but we're still very aware. Other strategies can involve things like grounding exercises. And these are different things that help bring you into the present moment. Some of these could be doing a body scan where maybe you start at your head and you just start scanning your way down your head and through your face, to your neck and your shoulders, all the way down through your whole body, and taking your time as you do this. And as you do these scans, finding any areas that have any tension or tightness, maybe warmth and tingling. And as you get to those areas, maybe I notice my neck and shoulders are tight. I'll take a big deep in breath, bringing my awareness to this area. And then on the exhale, giving myself permission to relax and letting these muscles relax. And then continuing on with the scan all the way through my body. Another type of grounding exercise would be doing progressive muscle relaxation, starting either at your head or at your feet or however it works well for you, and progressively going through your body and maybe tightening up the face and the head and holding for 3 seconds and then relaxing. Then tightening up my neck and my shoulders, holding, and then relaxing. Tightening up my arms and relaxing, and so on through your whole body. And this is called progressive muscle relaxation. And as we tighten it and then we relax it actually goes to a more relaxed state than it was prior to our tightening. Another grounding exercise you could use, finding something in your room, like find one item that you could taste or think about what it tastes like. Find another item that you could smell and then think about what that thing smells like. Find multiple items that you could touch. Or how many things can you see? Or how many things can you hear? Doing things that the physical senses can identify brings your awareness into the now, into your physical reality that's surrounding you, and then you won't have as many thoughts about how the future might be unfolding that could be leading to your anxiety. Visualization or imagery exercises. So this might be taking a moment to just envision in your mind and go through finding yourself in a nice, calming, soothing environment, going to your happy place, whatever that might be for you, and just holding that space in your mind for a moment, allowing yourself to settle in to whatever that experience might be. It might be something like being out in nature, next to a river, and just listening to the sounds of the water flowing and the birds chirping, or whatever it is for you that is familiar, relaxing, and comfortable. There's also a lot of guided imagery apps and different things on YouTube and elsewhere that you can use, and finding one that works well for you that just helps you visualize something that is pleasing and appealing can help you relax and decrease your anxiety. These can be very difficult, especially in the beginning without practice, for people who might struggle with having intrusive thoughts or where your anxiety is running rampant. If these strategies aren't practiced well in the beginning, it's going to be hard to overrule anxiety with just simple guided imagery or visualization exercises. By doing these exercises, especially the mindful breathing exercises and the progressive relaxation exercises, they can help reduce our anxiety, improve our sleep, decrease blood pressure, and decrease heart rate, as well as increase concentration and awareness and help enhance positive moods. I'm going to do a very brief mindful breathing exercise that I utilize, one, personally for my own self-practice, as well as I teach this to a lot of my clients to help decrease their anxiety symptoms. So first off, finding a seat that's comfortable for yourself and having a posture of dignity where you feel confident in who you are, but also relaxed. And as you sit there, breathing in deep down into your belly one time, and then a full relaxed breath. And now just let your body breathe normally. And as your breath comes in, saying to yourself, I am breathing in. And as that breath goes back out, acknowledging, I am breathing out. And then you'll notice that breath coming back in again. So taking note, I am breathing in. And just holding full awareness on your body and on your breath. And as you have thoughts that start to come up, notice these thoughts, acknowledge them, and then return full awareness to each breath, noticing only your breath in this moment. And if your eyes are closed, over the next few breaths, you can begin to gently open them as you bring awareness back to the space around you. And as your awareness returns, taking a moment to just settle in to whatever it is that you'd like to see yourself achieve. Whether it is joining this next match and wanting to perform well, or going into an interview or a test and wanting to be calm but also performing well. Hopefully these videos have helped. Again, if you have any questions or you want to hear about any of these specific strategies in more detail, please leave likes and comments below, and I'm more than happy to provide more information on these topics. Thanks everyone. Take care.